Hello, 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 everybody. This is Dr. Shaniva Earlier Craft Doctor, and I'm here with a video using the mini album Die by Anna Griffin. And I was getting ready to do a haul video that I got in from Diamond Press, the Bees, um, uh, card, uh whatever, and this project came to my mind, so I had to stop doing that and switch gears to do this video. And so what I'm doing tonight is we're going to do um a mini album using Anna Griffin's door die. I got this idea off the cuff of my head, and then I had to do the measurements to make sure that it worked out. So this is the die for the mechanism. And so I'm getting ready to cut this out, but I wanted to show you that I'm cutting it out short, right? I'm going to cut it out too short because let me make sure. I have to make sure that at least one side has these little points here, but I'm not going to worry about that other side right now. Okay, so I'm running it through the die cutting machine. Okay, that die cutting machine was a little loud to be that impressed. Just got that impressed. Okay, so I got this. So the first thing that you need to do is I have to put stuff back when I use it, or I won't be able to find it. The first thing that you need to do is whatever die you decide to do your mini album out of, try to make sure that it has straight sides. So you see this die, this door die, it has a straight side right here. Okay? On both sides actually, but at least one side needs to have a straight side to make this work for me. It may work for other people, but I don't know. Okay, so we cut out the mechanism. The reason why it needs a straight side is because this is straight. And so what I did was I took my ruler and I measured from here to the edge, and it gave me 5. Okay, so remember that 5 gave me 5. Okay, so then you take your mechanism and you only have one side to work with because that other side is not there. It's not there for a reason though. Okay, so first of all, I need to cut my sheet of paper straight. It's not straight. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is put this in here and I'm gonna cut this straight. I don't know why it wasn't straight when I started, but it won't make a difference in the end anyway. Okay, so now we have our mechanism, and you know the little points is where you do your valleys. That is where you're gonna bend in on every valley, every little dip. That's where your valley is to make your mechanism. So, okay, so that was easy, easy, easy. And so then turn it over and pinch. And if you turn it over and pinch, is if I can get it, wherever you pinch is where that is going to automatically go into the space where you need it to go. It's a fold line. It's automatically going to go into that fold line. So if you just pinch it, it'll go. And so that's how you're building up your notches, right? So there's that thing segue. Just pinch, and if your paper, make sure your paper's not too thick that you're not getting a deep enough score, or if you're not getting a deep enough score, make sure that you're using enough pressure to get a deep enough score if your paper is thicker. Okay, and so automatically, because there's score lines there, it's going to give you the lines that you need. Okay, that's 3, that's 4. So there's 4. And then you have the ones on the side, which is the back and front. You need those also. And basically you can feel where they are. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your page, you'll have 6 pages. Okay, it looks just like that. Okay, then you flip it over, and where the valleys are is where you put your tape. And most people who have this die already know this. I'm just kind of doing it for to let you know this is how it has been. It should be done. And for people who have not seen this yet, okay. And so I'm just putting it right below that V on one side. You don't have to put it on both sides. You only have to put it on one side. Okay. All right. So I only put it on one side. And the reason why I didn't go all the way up is because, remember, our mechanism is 5. Remember that number? You have to take this piece now, since you already know where your tape it goes in those places, right? Take it to your cutter. Put it to 5, which mine is actually a little bit under 5, so I put it at 4 7/8, but we could put it at 5, right? And then cut that off, because you won't need this anymore. And the reason why, so you didn't have to put your tape all the way up, but just to be on the safe side, the reason why you don't need that anymore is because now this will fit exactly in there with a little extra room. Okay, and then all you do, now you got your mechanism made. It's made already. I just always reinforce with a little bit of extra glue and lay those down. Right? Just lay those down. Okay, so you're going to take the second one, put some some glue, and lay that one down. So you don't have to lift up or anything, just lay it down. Okay, there go your next one. Here goes your next piece of tape. And I'm putting some glue in that well, and I'm just laying it down. And then there go that last piece of tape. And I'm putting glue in this well. That just kind of gives it some extra, just in case if your tape is, what do you call it? Dry rot or something, or it's been sitting around a long time. And then there is your mechanism. And so then, let's see. Okay, so then once you got your mechanism, you press it down both ways. This way and this way. So then you're working your working piece both ways. Make sure you take it both ways. And actually, I was always taught that you should use your bone folder, because that will give it even more pressure. Take it that other way, because I learned how to make my mini albums from Kathy King. I have a lot of her videos. A lot of them. Okay, so that gives you that nice mechanism, and it's standing up just like that. So you just keep it working. There we go. Okay, and then you got this back side that looks like this. You don't want to show this. You may. I don't want to show it. And because I don't want to show it, what I did was I took this piece and I acted like I stood them all up, and then I measured it, and it's 2. It's 2. And because it's 2, then I need some on this side extra, some on this side extra. And so what I did was, I know that I want to take a backing to that. So I took my tape. I just got this big, gigantic roll of 1.5-inch tape. And I put tape on the back of it. And I got this tape from my local craft store. Where's my scissors? Oh. Scissors disappear over here. My husband takes my scissors and uses them for his gardening. I bought him an aqua garden so he can start growing vegetables, and he always takes my scissors. So, okay, so now there we go. That's one side taped down, and we're going to match up this other side right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, so now this is all taped up, which is what you wanted. Okay, so then you cut off this extra piece of tape. Because that will get in your way. Okay, so now make sure you got your shape. It's working, it's good, everything is good. Okay, and then now we have a back that has tape on it. Okay, so now remember I said this was 2. I want to cover this back, and so I got a piece that was 5, which is what this is, by 5. And the reason why it's 5 by 5 is because I need to put the 2 in the middle, and I got an inch on each side. So I scored it at 1.5 on each side. Okay. So then I'm going to just take my tape off. I'm going to take my tape off. And of course, I'm going to put a little glue. And you know, the other reason why I like to put glue is because it gives you some working room when you're using it. And I'm going to just put this right in the middle where that 2 is. And I'm just going to lay it down. And I'm right inside of those score marks, okay? And so I'm going to just pull off my tape. Pull off my tape. I'm going to add me some glue. And I'm going to lay this down. I don't want to lay that one down. I want to just lay this one down. See, you don't have to put tape right here yet on these ends because you got to put your sides in. Okay, so these 2 are standing up. And then what you do is you start putting your tape on there. Because you have to feed your pages in here. So you want to put the tape on here. And you don't have to do it. I could have done this before I put that backing on there. But I'm trying to give that glue some time to dry. So if I do that and give it some time to dry, then I can handle this a little bit easier. Because my glue will have dried. Okay, and then I'm going to put a piece of tape on the other sides. Okay, because both sides need the tape. And this is just quarter-inch tape because these are quarter-inch. It's called a gusset. It's a quarter-inch gusset. Okay. Okay. So now you have your center. Your center. This is your actual mechanism. And then this is your back and front. This is the back and front. Back, front, right? So then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to bend up on that score line on the front and on the back. And then I'm going to press this all in to make sure that it's sticking, right? Just go right into those lines in there. because you got that tape on it. It's a quick grab. That glue is a permanent grab. Okay. So now it looks like I have too much stuff going on, but I don't. See that? Look how smooth that is on the back. Beautiful. Now, what you want to do is make sure that your stuff is even. You see how I have a little bit of extra room there? You don't want that. That's why I left it. Because remember I said it's really supposed to be 4 7/8. You have to make sure that you cut it. And I just leave extra room sometimes just so I can be able to make a mistake. I need to leave some time just in case if I put it on wrong or something. Okay, so now we have a smooth back. And then what you do is you take this and lay it in that fold line. Just like that. And then you do the same thing on this side. Bring this up and lay it in that fold line. So now you have sides that will be covered and it looks nice on the back. See that? It'll look nice on the back. You can cut this down to make these smaller if you want to, because what's going to happen is as soon as I put that tape on, it's going to grab it and it'll be just like that. See that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave off the front and I'm leaving off my backs. I want to get my insides done first. And this is just how I do it. You can put your fronts on and backs on if you want. I just do it this way sometimes because I like to make sure that my insides are even. And so all I do is lay this right to the score line and lay it down. Just like that. So that's my second page right there. And then take this off. Ooh, make sure that you don't pull up your paper. And because I pulled that, I'm going to add some glue right here. Extra glue. And then I'm just going to put glue on here. And I'm not making pockets in this one. And so all I have to do is match up my pages. You especially want to make sure that your tops are correct. And then there you go. And that's page 1. Okay. And then we're going to do the same exact thing all the way across our book. I want to put some plain ones up front too. So I'm making sure, did I get my head in it? No. I'm making sure, you see I'm lining it up with this. I'm lining it up with that score line right here. I'm going to add me some glue. And I'm going to lay that down. So it's even. And then I'm going to take this piece off. And the rest of this is all kind of repetitive. But you must make sure that you're straight. I want to put some glue on this piece here too. And I'm going to match it up down here. Match it up right there. And match it up right there. Okay. And now put put in this next page. And I left this extra tape on here to show you something. You see this extra piece of tape? You see that right there? Make sure that there's never tape hanging off. Because if there's tape hanging off, it's going to get caught somewhere. And you never want your tape to get caught on those edges. Because if they get caught on the edges, it's not going to be good. It'll pull and snag on stuff all the time. Okay. And we're going to put some glue on here. And we're going to take this one and we're going to put some glue on this one. And yeah, sometimes I do overkill on the glue. I didn't stick that one down very good, but that's okay because I overkilled on the glue and it's going to be fine. So see that I'm matching it up, and then I'm matching up my arms or the door, and there we go. And that one. Okay, and last but not least, the final one. Okay, and let's put some glue. Matching it up. This one. It's really hard. You have to make sure that you match these things up, because if it's a little off, your book is going to look funny. Okay. Okay, and that is the inside of the book. Didn't take that long at all. Okay, so this is the inside of our book. And so you decorate up your pages. Okay, and so now I'm getting ready to put on the fronts and the backs. And the reason why I held this off is because you need to make sure that this whole piece, front and back, has tape or glue or whatever it is that you're using. Is this too wide? No, this is perfect. There we go. Okay. And the reason why I'm leaving mine so long is because I want that extra movement. I mean, that extra security. I want that extra security. Okay. So see, with this big long pieces of tape or thick pieces of tape, and you can buy this Suk Wang tape anywhere. They sell it online at different stores. I just get mine from my local scrapbooking store. And actually, you know what? I did not get. Yes, I did. I got this from the local scrapbook store. I also get it from Paper Phenomenon in the kits that I buy. Okay. And Okay, I have to see it. You always got to see where you're cutting. Okay, so now we have tape on both sides of our covers, and I can just go ahead and put my covers on now. And this is the front, so this is the door right here. See? And I'm going to put a message in there eventually, but I'm just going to lay this down, match it with my glue, or put some glue on it, making sure these ends of the tape is not sticking out. You don't want that. And I'm going to put my front on and make sure that it matches. Okay. Look how that is perfectly matched up. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my back. Let's put some and so if you can see that little extra piece, that thick part, is now going to be caught up in the middle, which will add a smoother look. Look at that. It makes it look much smoother, much clean looking, cleaner, much cleaner that way. And I'm putting this one as the back door. That's the front door. This is the back door. Silly. I know it's silly, but that's okay. Okay, so let's take this one off. Add some glue. Okay, and I'm going to push this up. Lay it down so it can match. And lay that right down. And so, see, you didn't have to wait and leave your covers to last. I just like to do that sometimes so that they just look better to me. And I'll match them up with my inner pages. So if I made a mistake, they'll be matching with those inner pages as opposed to trying to figure out the inner pages later. Okay. I always have to keep that thing in there. Okay. Then we're going to match this up. And put it together. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And look at our little book. That is so cute. And so now you can take a piece of paper that's 2 inches wide and put here if you like. If not, you can leave it the way it is. If you're going to decorate it or put some numbers on there or anything, you can just do that. If you're going to put a covering on it, you can do that. It doesn't really matter. However you want to do it. But at least now you have a nice smooth back that you don't have to worry about. And look at those pages. So see, this is my front, and I'm going to decorate this in because I'm actually using this book for a open house, and then I'll decorate the pages with pictures from people coming to the open house. So this is another way that you can use, and that's the back door. I can't wait to put something on the back door. Another way that you can use your Anna Griffin dies, door dies, and mechanism. So I used that door die, and I used the mini album mechanism. This piece here is 5 by this piece here, which is the mechanism after you put it together, is 3. It should be 3 after you put it to I'm sorry, 2, because these go upward, and so it should be 2 across, and then that little piece that goes here. And this can be a decorative piece, or you can put this piece on after you put the front and cover it. Or like if I wanted to, I could do that after I got that front door over and put my front door on and decorations on. If you wanted extra protection, it's just up to you. But that's how you do it. And so see, that piece fits right in there. This was my tester. So it really works. All right. So let me know what you think about this. A new way to use our Anna Griffin album die. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.